Welcome back to The Edge. It's a new core update. We've got all the meats for you. YouTube may be adding new analytic research features, as well as, hey, helpful content might get stronger with this next core update. You're listening to News from The Edge for the week of September 12th, 2022, here on Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
All right, this is Edge of the Web Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Aaron Sparks, owner of Site Strategic, a digital marketing firm here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're covering SEO, search engine optimization news, as well as social media news, all the digital marketing news of the week, separate from our regular weekly interview podcast series, to be able to bring you news much more quickly through the week. We try to drop this around Tuesday. We're going to try to drop this Monday for this recording because there is some news right now. Be sure to check out everything over at edgeofthewebradio.com. That's edgeofthewebradio.com. This is the Site Strategics Digital Marketing News Desk. We're proud to have Site Strategics as the title sponsor of our show. Very proud of my team here at Site, one of the top SEO companies in the country, and we're constant learners. Thus, this show, we've been doing this show for 10 years, learning as much as we can in the SEO industry and social media. So I'll talk a little bit more about what we do later on in the shoe. There's an Ed Sullivan reference for you.
Ed who?
Ed. Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Jokes.
Okay, fine. For all the youngsters, Ed Sullivan was a really cool dude back then, but that was like in the 60s.
The Doors, right?
He did, yeah.
Jim Morrison went on the Doors, and he said he was told, don't say the word higher. Maybe say get much better. And of course, Morrison said higher.
More
anyway,
multiple times.
Multiple times.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, that's actually a really good representation of what happens whenever Morty comes on the show here. I'm trying to contain him.
They say, don't say that.
Do not say Neil Patel.
Anyway.
And what does he do?
Don't do that. Oh, son of a gun. I'm trying to be more mature. And then you do these things to me, and then I have no choice.
You have no choice. You just have to respond, right?
It's like when the doctor taps you on the knee and you kick.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we know we can get a reaction out of him. This is Morty Obersten. He's the head of SEO branding over at Wix. What's happening in your world, sir?
There's I don't know if I'm going to tease it. There's a nice little integration that Wix has with a certain I can't say coming soon. It's going to be nice. Look at my hat. It says head on it. Get it?
I want one of those swag hats, by the way.
Yeah.
But so you're literally telling
header.
me, yeah, exactly, header, and you had socks with footer.
My head.
Yeah.
Get it?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing.
So did Morty just pitch us something that
Obersten.
we can't even know about?
Exactly. He just said something about Wix that we can't even talk about.
Yeah, I'm letting you know. Keep an eye out for it.
How will we know when we see it?
Or you either see it on my Twitter account, on Crystal's Twitter account,
Okay.
Wix's Twitter account, or somebody else's Twitter account that has nothing to do with Wix per se.
It's all the things.
I
I mean,
think
pretty much all the Wix, right?
This just
It'll
became
be on
even,
Twitter.
this just became even more vague. I didn't know where to look before. Now I know all the places to maybe look, which was
Yeah.
Just watch Wix.
Or another big company.
any company of any size may announce it.
Possibly.
Well, I mean,
Wix
probably
and
not
Uber
Shopify
are joining
or
forces.
Squarespace or WordPress, but yeah.
It's going to be Wix and Uber, isn't it?
How would that work? That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting. All right. Hey, you know what's interesting
Uber
that
Eats makes sense.
we can't actually announce right now? Check this out. Google releases September 2022 broad core update from Barry Schwartz. Yes, over at Search Engine Land. He's got the meats. He's got the scoop on this. This is an update coming through right after we got through a helpful content update. About 2 weeks to complete, and follows the helpful content update that was completed last Friday. This is rolling out right now, announced by Google. They've updated the search updates page saying, today we released the September 2022 core update. We'll update our ranking release history page when the rollout is complete. They also added that it is going to take about 2 weeks to complete. That's exactly what they say for every core update. So, I mean, no surprises there. We've had previous core updates. May 2020 was a broad core update. And that was very fast update, all things considered. And we also have had core updates back in November 2021, as well as July 2021. So those are the cores, but we've been having a slew of updates here recently. And Morty, you just tweeted about not only HCU, a helpful content update, which we're still all trying to figure out what it is. And even before that, the 4th product review update, in which they were basically testing out how helpful they can actually judge content on product review and affiliate review pages. Now we've got a core update. Wow, this is going to be huge.
So no product review update, core update.
Right, and you're not even going to be able to see how the helpful content update actually really did work, because they're drawing a core update right into there. You're not going to be able to know what was what, right? So
yeah, I mean, yeah, for the most part, I guess you could speculate and see like, okay, like this page seems like this whole website was hit and it all seems like it's crap content.
Right.
It's going to be really hard. Yeah. I was speculating with Ori Zilberstein on Twitter that, you know, I'll read what I wrote. I don't know the details behind it, meaning the update, but it really seems like the classifier, meaning the helpful content update, needs to be attached to active evaluation, meaning an active core update. So Ori said, yeah, most likely hits close to the target what you just said. Also correlates with the public communications around it. It's a real-time classifier. It's an opening and we'll need to refine it over time. It will show impact after updates and more. Now, John Mueller wrote back to that.
And for everybody, for the entire audience, Morty, just let everybody know who John Mueller is.
John Mueller works for Google.
Okay, fantastic. Keep on going.
So John Mueller said, I don't know the details, but it really seems like the moon is made of cheese. Quote. So then I wrote to John, are you mocking me? And then he wrote, I was just quoting you. So take that for whatever you will from John.
Oh, see?
Yeah. I think, and what Ori and I were talking about, is that they released a helpful content update. It's a part of the algorithmic construct. But it needs active evaluation to go on in order to start classification. So once there's it works in conjunction with rank volatility kind of thing. Like once Google's evaluating content, it comes along and does its classification along with that active evaluation.
Based on what Google's actually evaluating at the time. So
right.
It's kind of like,
and it says, okay, now it starts classifying once there's activity going on.
Only whenever there's that. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right, now there's always activity going on, so it always could be happening. But once there's real activity with a core update, then you would see the full impact of the HCU, which is kind of what Danny Sullivan was saying originally.
Right.
Perhaps. We're, of course, speculating. None of us know if it's actually how it works. But that's my best theory.
That does tie into where the SEOs were for the last 2 weeks, wanting to see what in the world was going on for helpful content update, because we weren't seeing anything of any dramatic changes. I mean, everybody's kind of trying to figure out what's going on here. And
so they initiated it, but it wasn't activated yet.
Right. Oh, my Lord.
Right.
It's kind of like a sleeper agent. That's what we're talking about here.
Yes.
Wow.
It's like, you know, like when an alien, like the thing gets stuck in your face, right? And it impregnates you with an alien. And then you're like, that was weird. And you go about your business, and 3 days later, an alien pops out of your belly.
That would be a really good movie. You know, you could actually crawl through like ductwork and everything like that to avoid the alien.
You guys are creative.
We really are.
Yeah. Then we could do one where like they go to jail or something like that, and they fight aliens in jail.
Wow.
I don't know. No one really watched that one.
Yeah. You could actually be an American Indian fighting an alien. Oh wait, no, that would be if you were fighting a predator coming at you. So we have so many ideas.
I can't wait.
No one knows what we're talking about anymore.
No, not really. All right. So
will this be shot in the Ed Sullivan Theater?
I don't know. It's a really good show.
I want you to say, get much better, not higher.
Or more quickly. All right, so here's the deal, is that this just rolled out. I think you're onto something, Morty, is that the reason, and on top of that, the silence of SEOs waiting for something to happen on HCU. We're never going to see HCU results because very well has to be activated before anything actually happens. So here it comes, guys. This is the big wave, right? And we're going to be seeing potentially any core update. We do see a lot of volatility, but you've been saying this for a good long time. We have had more volatility over the course of the last 365 days than any other year, right? I think we're over the 50% mark on high volatility
2021
days.
compared to 2020.
Oh, okay.
We're
Gotcha.
over the 50%. We're over the 50% mark. So 2021 saw over 50% of the days of the year show some kind of high rank volatility. I haven't looked at 2022. I can ask Semrush. I should ask Semrush. I mean, the year's not done yet. So
Sure, but I mean, if you're just looking at a 365
if you're looking,
window,
I don't know though, the last few months, like the last 2 months have been weirdly, there has been a lot of movement, but not like the same kind of high movement all the time. It's been weird. The last 2 months have been weird.
so we're dealing with more of a tsunami effect than anything.
I don't even know how to do like it's beyond me at this point.
So Pedro Diaz says we're in a core HCU PRU update, right? Just the trifecta right there. Anyway, everybody hold on to your seats here because here's the big wave. And, you know, I know we were all running around going Chicken Little.
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah, here it comes. All right. Hey, we are proud to have Site Strategics as a sponsor of Edge of the Web Radio. Site Strategics are pioneers in the agile digital marketing methodology. Our core specialties are technical SEO, including core web vitals, SEM, social media, focus on conversion rate optimization on your website, results-based marketing that works. We've also developed a unique content curation process utilizing our studio and our interview methods to be able to interview your subject matter expert, be able to pull some fantastic key concepts through an interview process and be able to create incredible documentation for your website. So if you're interested in what we can do for you, give us a shout over at 877 SEO for Web or 877-736-4932. Check this out, guys. Our heads are buzzing on the core update that just got announced, and in fact, Morty announced it to me right before we got on the show. So thank you for that news break. That's fantastic.
Just call me Dan Rather.
Oh no, I will not call you Dan Rather.
Please, from now on, I want you to call me Dan Rather.
Yeah, because you're not lying about this. Oh, there we go.
No, he wasn't lying. That was the other guy. That was Brian Williams. He's the one caught lying, no?
No, I think they both were.
Oh, Dan Rather's no good either. All right, call me Tom Brokaw. Anybody safe anymore?
I don't think so. No.
Please call me Walter Cronkite then. He's dead. Like, there's nothing you can dig up on other than his bones.
God, this is morbid. Stop it. Let me just call you Sally Jesse Raphael and just be done with it. All right. Yep. Pretty good. All right. So, hey, over at YouTube, let's shift gears over at Search Engine Journal by Brian Frederick. YouTube is experimenting with new features for analytics research. Based on the success of YouTube Search Insights, a keyword research feature released last year, the video sharing platform is experimenting with 3 new features of the Analytics Research tab. One is Watch Interest, Watch Activity, and Personal Insights. This will be able to help creators identify content niches for their unique audience. Now, here's the deal here, guys, is that analytics is getting better and better inside of YouTube, and now we have the ability to be able to see the interest level and the watch interest level, as well as the activity and factors that allow you to dial in your content even to a greater degree based on that feedback response of your audience there. And you can't get better direct results from your content creation than actually seeing how it's actually being dialed in by consumers actively watching your videos. I mean, analytics and all other aspects of digital marketing are not nearly as targeted as video analytics, because you can literally dial it into the stream of the video, the different points on the video in which people are actually, it's kind of like that political debate review bar whenever you have that set crowd and they're actually dialing in yes or no based on the debate topics and how the energy is going. I'm just going to park that analogy because nobody's contributing to this. All right. So Morty, what do you think about some of the analytics from YouTube?
I'm sorry, who?
Morty.
You mean Walter?
Walter, how are you doing?
Thank you.
All right, Sally,
Great.
tell me.
I think it's good. It's always good to have better content insights because, hey, who likes shooting in the dark when you're trying to create content, especially for YouTube?
Absolutely.
No, in all seriousness, you know, as a content creator, whether it be for YouTube, whether it be beyond YouTube, it's one of the pain points is really trying to figure out what exactly you should be creating, what's going to work, what's not going to work. And when you're investing in something like a YouTube video, this is also true for a blog post where you're really putting production value. I'm assuming it's high production value behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You're really investing. So being able to be a little bit more targeted in what you're trying to create goes a long way, not just for yourself, but the other teams you're getting buy-in from because you're spending their production money.
It does, however, you have to go into it with the experimental mindset. Insights are only kind of like an echo chamber. If you're not actually experimenting with a number of key concepts to be able to get a good base of reaction, I mean, you have to be in the space of a constantly learning mindset. But if you only have a very niche topic and not a variety around that niche topic of information, you're not really going to get the best feedback from the audience. So you have to go in really wanting to test your audience and say, hey, I'm going to be talking about this in this particular topic. You know, not on the bloody video, but you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I get it. It makes sense. You want to try to, if you're looking to expand your audience, see where you can push them to, like what are their limits, or will they stick with you when they won't stick with you? Then yeah, like you have to. I totally agree.
Exactly. Like our audience. How long are you going to stick with this video, guys? I'm just saying. All right. I figured it out. It's not Walter Cronkite. It's not Sally Jesse Raphael. It's Jerry Springer.
No, that's disgusting. Come on, I'm not that vile.
Yeah, that Springer vibe.
I'm more like, who's that guy who Sunday morning before like the real news shows came on, the McLaughlin group, the guy who yelled. That guy, that's me.
No! Next topic.
Right? You're like waiting for the real news to come on, and he's like these schmoozing and yelling at each other.
Yes, I can see that. All right, hey, Inlinks provides you some expert level data to be able to measure your content. Hey, we're proud to have them as a sponsor of our show. They actually roll out entity topics on your site. Gone are the days of keyword rankings, and you really want to invest in adding entities, conceptual matter into your site via the structured data. So you can reach higher rankings using Inlinks and award-winning software and entity SEO. So go over to edgeofthewebradio.com/Inlinks, INLINKS, to claim your free Inlinks account and start creating content that will outperform your competitors. All right, third article from Search Engine Journal from Matt Southern. Check this out. Now, this is timely. The helpful content signal may get stronger with the next core update.
Old, not new.
Dude, that was on the 9th. Exactly. I mean, we're in a place that, all right, we're reporting it right at the edge, guys, as this stuff is coming through. So check out the article over at Search Engine Journal. And it's kind of it is old news, but to Matt's credit, he actually referenced the helpful content update started actually rolling out 2 weeks ago, and pretty much it's been on an impact for all SEOs. And he was referencing Danny Sullivan as he was talking about this, but he was also referencing Danny Sullivan saying maybe the helpful content signal alone wasn't enough to tip the scales and produce a change in someone's particular situation. But when we do other updates, core and product reviews, it might add into that and be more significant. So there's the gotcha moment right there, right? Because the core is here.
I'm not sure what to say. We already covered it.
Oh, okay.
Go if you want to hear what we have to say, go back 10 minutes into the episode. We also apologize for going completely out of order with this thing.
Well, I mean, it's still a factor.
We should have done this one first and then went into the core up. They'd be like, aha!
I wanted to get the message to people as quickly as possible. And we were already kind of dialed into it, so okay.
It was because we did it. You didn't even know what it was going on until I came on to the Zoom call. Like, oh, we'll do it. We're just like, threw it in there. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna rationalize this.
Matt Southern had a great article. It's even more timely now. Thank you very much, Matt.
Totally out of date now. I mean, it's out of date. It's like it's here.
2 days ago, man.
This is the news.
It was news until you came on board and reshuffled my deck. All right, so
this is why we're like the McLaughlin group of SEO podcasts.
No, next. Let's go. All right, over to Search Engine Roundtable. Doing some fast track with Barry. Google's helpful content update is now done rolling out. Yep, already covered that.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, exactly. All right, so
make this shit up.
Second article, book on Google for Google fights.
Hey, you want to talk about the first one first?
Yeah, I think we already did.
Old, not new.
All right, see, there we go. Here's what's helpful. Book on Google for Google flights to be discontinued outside of the U.S., says Barry. That was on the 6th, so that was 5 days away, right? That's safe, right? Nothing's
Yeah,
changed
yeah.
on that one.
Nothing's changed since then.
All right, so Google has actually quietly announced on September 30th, Book on Google for flights will be discontinued in most countries or regions outside the U.S. Barry says he's not sure why this is the case, maybe because there's too many regulatory issues or monopolistic issues with the service outside of the U.S. and the ROI to deal with it. With lawyers, it's just not worth it, he comments. Reservations made before this date won't be impacted, Google added. So if you've been using Book on Google outside the U.S., it's going away, folks. It's going away. Last article from Search Engine Roundtable, only 20% notice ranking changes after Google's helpful content update. The news is trash, guys. What do we do? Half the headlines I can't even do now. All right. Well, Barry actually did report on the 5th.
We blew this. Like, we could have led up to the core update with Google said this. Aleda Souls did a poll.
This is
only
much better.
20%, and then we could have gone and but it's all gonna change with the new core update.
Nope.
we
led.
Totally blew it.
No, we led with the most important news first, and that's just trashing the entire show.
Just sprayed gasoline all over our podcast and threw a match on it.
All right, folks. That's it for the non-news this week.
We covered one article. No, we covered 2 articles.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, it's the most important stuff.
It was helpful. This was a helpful piece of content.
Thank you very much. I
Helpful
appreciate
an update.
You know what's also helpful? Hashtag SEO chat every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Who's on there? Is that news breaking, or do we have to actually?
Oh, it's the McLaughlin group again. Joe, how did you know? Oh, you get from last week. Wow, nice. Joe Turnbull. But you don't know what she's talking about.
Do you?
Yeah, I didn't tweet it yet. I haven't had a chance. It's with the kids that are
Dude, it's 9 o'clock over there. What the heck's going on?
Yeah, taking care of my family or tweeting about it to SEO chat. I'm so sorry, SEO world. Talking about canonicalization. Or no, cannibalization, which is kind of the same thing.
True. Much like this entire show.
This show, right? Cannibalization, which we'll get into canonicalization, obviously. But.
That's it. I think we just said we just got to call it.
So should we bring our lunch to this?
To the cannibalization
SEO chat?
You are already there as somebody's lunch at the cannibalization.
Are y'all like Hannibal Lecter here?
I mean, might as well go dark now. We completely destroy the podcast.
Lava beans.
Let's just throw it all out there. All right. Hey, any final words? This may be the last show. I don't know.
Hey, guys, I got a new article.
You got a new article?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
It's about the core update.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Hang on, let me read it.
No. We're done. Hey, it's happening right now. Check out, hold on to your seats. Do not freak out whenever your ranks change, because literally you won't know what actually happens to your domain until we get through this. And on top of that, don't react after we get through this, because sometimes there are reversals. So folks, it's about to happen, and HCU's probably been waiting for this activation, but don't panic. Get your towel. You'll be fine.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts. Here it comes. All right. That's it for The Edge. Check out the Mike Blumenthal show as we talk about local SEO. Yes, that's still news. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our video channel, because we certainly want to provide you more and more great content that you can interact with. And give us a rating. Maybe not on this show, but some other shows. Over at ratethispodcast.com/edge today, and we'd love to hear from you, and tell us about your take on the core update on that review. Who knows? All right, so from all of us, including Morty, say goodbye, Morty.
Goodbye, Morty. We Walter.
I'm not gonna do it. Thanks so much, Morty, for joining us and completely ruining our show with us. Hey, it is what it is. From all of us over The Edge, stay safe, stay well, and do not be a piece of cyber driftwood. We'll talk to you with new news next week. Bye-bye.